Welcome back to the deep dive. So let me ask you something. Have you ever found yourself in that weird spot where you've basically done everything you were supposed to do,
Right.
studied hard, got the grades, maybe finished college, even landed a job,
Mm.
but you still feel kind of lost
Yeah,
or stuck, maybe confused, just empty. It's this strange thing, right? Following the path, but not feeling like you've arrived anywhere.
it really is. And that exact feeling, that's what we're jumping into today in this deep dive.
Yep.
Our mission, essentially, is to figure out why that sort of one-size-fits-all path to success, the one that seemed to work for, our parents' generation, feels so broken now.
Broken, yeah.
And what does today's world, which is changing so fast, actually ask of us? We're basing this whole conversation on some really great source material called Why Today's Youth Feel Lost, Even After Doing Everything Right.
Got it. So to kind of kick things off then, the source really gets into why that old blueprint, that traditional plan,
Yeah.
just isn't cutting it anymore. What's the main shift it points to?
Well, what's really interesting is how it talks about the end of the linear career.
Linear career, right?
For our parents, maybe grandparents, you'd pick a field, find a job, and often, stick with that company, that role for decades.
Yeah, the old watch retirement thing.
Exactly. But the source points out today how long people stay in jobs. It's way shorter. It's less like climbing one single ladder and more like navigating a kind of jungle gym.
A jungle gym, I like that.
Yeah, different roles, different industries, even needing totally different skills. It just demands constant adaptation.
That makes total sense. I mean, you see it everywhere. Does the source get into the specifics, like the economic stuff or tech changes behind this?
Oh, absolutely. It really digs into how things like the gig economy taking off, plus, the crazy speed of AI and automation.
Right, AI is huge now.
It totally changes the game. A lot of those classic entry-level jobs, they're either being automated or maybe sent elsewhere, so that first step on the ladder isn't as, well, reliable. So it stops being just about what you learned in college and becomes more about how fast can you learn new stuff? How adaptable are you?
So the degree is like the starting gun, not the finish line anymore.
Precisely. It gets you in the race, but doesn't guarantee you'll finish, let alone win.
Okay, so if the old map doesn't work, what's the new compass look like, according to the source? What kind of skills or maybe mindsets does today's world actually, reward?
Yeah, good question. And the source really highlights this shift away from just deep, narrow specialization towards something it calls T-shaped skills.
True-shaped.
Yeah, so imagine the letter T. You've got deep expertise in one specific area, that's the vertical bar.
Yeah.
But you also need broad knowledge across different fields, that's the horizontal bar.
Oh, okay. So you can connect dots.
Exactly. Connect ideas, work with different kinds of teams. And beyond that, things like emotional intelligence, real critical thinking, solving complex problems, those are key. The world's just too messy for simple, siloed answers. And the source argues employers want people who can handle ambiguity, who can collaborate.
So less about having all the answers yourself, more about asking the right questions and figuring it out with other people. What about the mental side of it all? Feeling lost often comes with that awful comparison game, right? Especially with social media.
Oh, that's such a huge piece. The source tackles that comparison trap directly. Maybe previous generations compared themselves to the neighbors. But we're comparing our messy, everyday reality to everyone else's perfectly polished highlight reel online, 24/7.
Yeah, it's relentless.
It really is. And seeing all that supposed perfection can make anyone feel like they're falling short, even if they're actually doing great. So the article really pushes for cultivating a growth mindset.
Growth mindsets.
Seeing challenges not as proof you failed, but as like chances to learn something. Getting comfortable with not being perfect, with just evolving.
Right. It's about the process, not just the outcome. So wrapping this up a bit, if you're out there listening, maybe in your 20s, 30s, even 40s, and you feel this confusion, please know it's actually okay.
It really is.
The source's big message seems to be about redefining things, not feeling defeated. Like this confusion, it's kind of a normal reaction to trying to use an old system in a new world. It's a starting point.
Look, you are definitely not alone if you feel this way. You're not broken. You're just beginning.
Yeah.
And maybe the most important thing is you're not failing. You're just, like we said, following an outdated map in a brand new world. It's okay to feel a bit lost finding the new paths.
Totally. And maybe one last thought to leave you with, building on that. The source has this really powerful idea. This world tends to reward people who just keep moving, keep trying, even when they do feel lost.
Keep putting one foot in front of the other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's tough, but maybe kind of freeing too. So maybe think about this as you go about your day. What's just one real world skill? Could be anything, digital stuff, creative stuff, people skills that you could maybe start learning a tiny bit about.
Just a small step.
Yeah, just one small step. Or, on the flip side, what's one comparison you make, maybe looking at someone's perfect-looking life online, that you could consciously try to just stop, just for today?
Focus on your own journey.
Right. Focus on your growth. Forget perfection. Keep moving. Honestly, you're probably doing better than you think.